What up? What up? What up, world? Hey, I'm excited to get to this one. I've been waiting to get Anthony off the air for so long. Frank, we finally
Right?
did it. Thanks for being here.
Wow, it happened. It's just you and I. No Anthony. He's
Dude,
like on every show. He finally took a day
yeah,
off.
man, guys hogging all our airtime. We're here. We're in remote locations today, and we got a special show for you guys because we're not going to do the same old stuff. I'll break into it. You're on Get Right Fantasy Network. Roll your sleeves up. Check out our intro. Hey, so usually I just come
Oh, that
through.
was
I
perfect
got the
timing.
mouthful. Hey, dude, we do that kind of stuff, dude. The chemistry's all here. Um, hey, this one's our June 11th 12 team Superflex PPR. Hold up, we did a dynasty. People have been
Yeah,
waiting, dude. We got the dynasty up. Hey, redraft PPR. Hey, you ready to jump into it, Frank?
I'm ready. I'm throwing up the screen right now. We should be there in 2 seconds. Here we are. Got the screen
Over
up.
there,
Got
we're
the drafters.
live.
We're ready to go.
Hey, as
Who
Anthony
needs an
would say,
Anthony? We
without
got this. We got this.
yeah. Hey, without further ado,
Anthony, who? Right?
hey, hey, Frank, jumping into it. You see it. You never know who it's going to be back and forth. Is it Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey? This one, we got MattNFL starting us off. He cracked it off with Patrick Mahomes. He wasn't waiting.
Yeah, I mean it's a super flex league, so why mess around? Take the quarterback, right?
Straight up. Straight up. But I
Yeah.
won't
So
be
I
mad at
I,
getting
I like the
McCaffrey
team
at the
though.
one spot, too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right after that it was McCaffrey, but I mean, I like Matt NFL here. Tyreek Hill, um, the gets running backs there, but I like the stack that he started with. Taking Mahomes and Hill like that. You got to get a good stack sometimes, but then he went with Wentz and Jimmy G, who are toss ups. Wentz may have a good year as a comeback year or something. Who knows? Jimmy G's maybe has his way out the door. Who knows? And he ended up taking Kittle over Kelsey also in the draft, which is a little odd. But maybe that he did it because he already had Mahomes and Hill, and then he didn't want to have Kelsey as well. So that would have been like the super stack, right? But I think it
Bold
kind of
move.
hurt him. You know what I mean? Like kind of hurt him there, right?
Hey, bold move. And I don't know if maybe the dynasty part of it, he just wanted to get somebody younger. We see it. I know how you guys feel about Josh Jacobs. So, I mean, I guess I see what he's doing, right? If we are talking about dynasty, if you get yourself a Patrick Mahomes with the number one, that's going to edge him out over McCaffrey, in my opinion. You give me long term Mahomes over pretty much anybody in the league. Solid, solid take. Like we said, Josh Jacobs, he's got a little hey, he's got to work out that situation with Drake. We just don't know what's going to be there. I feel like once we get into preseason, things like that, we're going to see a little more of it. But
Yeah,
I think Jacob's stock's still going to be high, and contrary to what a lot of people believe, I
yeah. I'm
I
not
think
too
he's a
fond of
steal.
him. I still think that just due to the offensive line and everything that he has going on, I think he's going to have problems there.
So, what did you give this man a grade, Frank? What'd you think?
I gave him a B overall on that team. Again, just because the quarterbacks and the running backs that he got, um, and just the players wise. I mean, we're obviously nitpicking here, and it's preseason, and like you were just mentioning, what we're going to know pretty soon the whole Josh Jacobs situation if he's going to be running good or not, and things like that. So we'll be able to adjust our rankings and get more dialed in. But yeah, the quarterbacks in general. I mean, he started off strong, but again, kind of limped off after the tight end pick.
Yeah, and I love it, man. I know what we always say quarterbacks, running backs early and often, but for whatever reason, Jefferson went off the board early. He got Tyreek Hill at the 212, could have been 3-1. And hey, solid. We can't discredit Tyreek Hill, still young, solid team. But moving on, Tail 67, he did clarify for me That is an Eagles logo. So that is going to take effect into your grade tonight.
Oh, what? It's an eagle? I did not know that.
It is, yep, it is an Eagle. Hey, so for that reason, let me tear them up. Your quarterbacks, man, we're playing Dynasty. Yeah, you got Tua. He's got age. Um, but other than that, like Brady and Rodgers, like what are you getting? A year, 2 years out of these guys? Maybe 3 years? Who knows? I just feel like there's
Yeah,
different
Brady's on
angles
a
you could be
year-to-year
taking
watch at
right
this
there.
point.
Your team's old, my man. Maybe you didn't understand the dynasty part of it. You still got some young, solid guys. You know, hey, picking up Smith, you got Zach Moss. Like, I see what you did there. I like McCole Hardman. I actually love McCole Hardman. So I mean, you try to make moves a little later. I respect what you did purely because you have an Eagles logo. I'm gonna give you your first and single F ever on this show. We'll pick it up next time.
Well, I'm not going to be as hard as you, but let's see. I had some show notes on that. I just weak RB2, and did take rookies late, so I gave him a positive on that because he did take some rookies late. Um, but
He did.
there's if Zeke or McCaffrey go down, which McCaffrey has done, and let's hope Zeke has an awesome comeback here. Zach Moss, I don't know Mitchell. I guess for getting the run. What a young running back, but I've heard of Sherman more than that guy. So I gave him a B overall as well on this team. Just some of the construction, just some of the players, basically. You know what I mean?
My boy's throwing some B's on it. Hey,
Yeah, the
all
flow
right.
continues
I
here.
ex- I expect nothing from the best from this guy. I feel like he's been in every one of our drafts he's ever done. NYG guy, 95. Well, hey,
Yeah,
I'll toss it straight to you, Frank. What do you think?
yeah. This dude's solid. Always a solid drafter here. I like Allen in the beginning, and then he goes running back, running back, running back. That for us is gold. So he's got
Got us like
Jones,
this.
Montgomery, and Carson. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like that's a solid running back core. So he's obviously got tools to trade with. You know what I mean? I don't mind the Baker
yeah.
Mayfield pick. I like Claypool and Galladay. Claypool's more of a worrisome, but I think Galladay's going to have a good season. Comes back with Matt Jones because he's young. You know what I mean? Pollard, picking him up and Drake, so even more running back depth. He doesn't take tight end till late. But hey, at least he got one in there. I like St. Brown the way he took him. I give him a B plus overall. He just missed a couple little marks that I feel, but I mean that's as close to an A. I usually would have given him an A anyways. Might even talk myself into that right now.
Hey, I'm right there with you in the A minus range. I feel like some of it just has to do with his receivers, but like you said, he killed those late round picks. He's got young quarterbacks where you need them. He's even got Mac Jones just sitting there. So if and when he does get that job, he's already sitting on him. He's got the three running backs. Like, hey, solid drafting. I can't say to do anything different. I'm not a big fan of the names of the receivers that he has. Hey, but solid. Who knows? I could turn around and make me eat my words. So
Yeah,
solid
I
draft.
mean, yeah, for sure. I'll let you start off with Corin since you were running on it.
Yeah. Hey, Corin 1298. I'm gonna give a shout out to him. My dude is so solid when it comes to the video editing. We've seen some of the stuff that he put together. Keep up the good work, man. We like it. We would love to work with you soon. Um, But again, I'm kind of leaning just like I did with the NYG guy. He's got young names. He's got that early tight end, which I like to see. And you look at that receiving core, like how could you do anything different? I do got a bone to pick with Kyler Murray, talking shit about the Cowboys. You're never going to sit right with me. That just happened today. That's my new take on Kyler Murray. Whatever. Hey, Kyler, if you're watching, you and I need to have words. Hey, but when you look at Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, and Hopkins, like 1, 2, 3, and then you pull it off with the Waller, like, bro, that is
That looks
solid.
solid,
So
right? It
again,
looks good.
you have to pull it together with the running back. I love the Gaskin pick. Sermon, Fournette. I love Fournette. You know how I like these guys, but like you have to get somebody that's going to get in there and start. But you have enough depth right there where you can do tons of things with your team. So I
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
his team. I like what he did.
yeah. You liked it overall. See, I didn't like that whole running back situation because he's basically got RB twos on the way down. You know what I mean? Sermon, if
Yeah.
if he
Yeah,
starts even everything, Fournette is in a timeshare. And
yeah,
Hawkins is a rookie over here, which I like. I mean, I like the fact that he has rookies. I like the fact that he's taking things, but he's going to have to do something to win this year, or do better, or just take the L. But the wide receiving core is solid. I mean, he's got that down along with Waller. Right? I mean, that whole starting lineup is good. But
yes.
we're running back fans, and that's where he failed, as far as I'm
Especially after
concerned.
Sharp, you don't need to be picking up these other Jarvis Landry. I know Jarvis has tons of upside, stuff like that. But if you can get yourself a running back there, like do it. Get yourself a Kenyon Drake and watch Josh Jacobs go down, and it's just a little more security. So I think we're all. If Anthony was here, he's probably going to give you a tough grade. He likes the 3 to 4 quarterbacks, but you
Yeah, I
gotta
mean,
have the
Jared
running
Goff is your
backs.
number two. You got to make sure he pans out. I mean, he just got traded away. Trask is a rookie, so he's not even starting. So you know what I mean? I gave him a C
Yes,
overall on this team.
yes.
Although he started strong, just the running backs and the quarterbacks, he's just really weak on. I mean, he's just stacked on wide receiver basically. That's what you got. I mean, I
Yeah,
like Kyler Murray, but you got to have more than one quarterback. It's a super flex.
exactly. Hey, so the next one, I don't know if I missed it. I don't know if this was tight end premium and maybe I just didn't get the word about it because I'll never understand taking 3 tight ends in a row.
Oh,
There's so many
KingSaab
other
got
quarterbacks
auto picked,
to be.
so that's why. That's why it happened. He
Uh,
actually got auto picked there. His phone died, disconnected, had to run out to his car, get the
got
charger.
it.
He actually joined back into the thing, but so obviously we're just gonna skip that because he would not have drafted that way. Um, you know what I mean? He's not gonna take those 3 tight ends one after another. Uh,
Hey, but we'll draft from
so
Kirk Cousins up then. Even Noah Fant up. I think you were killing it. You were on the right path. Like your team right now. Hey, I'm digging it. Not only just for the future, for this year. You got Dalvin and Derrick Henry. Like
yeah,
that's lethal. You
Derrick
got a
Henry,
lethal
CEH is
team.
whatever, but Matthew Stafford. Then he went Chase, rookie wide receiver, so he went young there. I'm not sure
Yes.
if he was in there for the Matt Ryan pick, but I think he took Matt Ryan, and I'm not sure where he dropped off, at that point. But obviously he didn't take
Yeah.
all these tight ends.
Yeah. Hey, other than that, like he was on pace. Everybody else kind of got lucky. I hope that stuff happens in drafts that I'm in. Let your phone die, whatever it takes.
Whatever,
I'm
right?
trying to get the best team available. So he was doing it for a minute, but
I
hey, he
gave him the
won't
B for
spend
the
too
top
much
part.
time.
I gave him the B for the top. You know what I mean? Like
Hey,
up
that's
until
one
his
of
phone
those that
died.
gets 2 grades. Hey, you get 2 grades.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
So we got Jay Lyle. Jay Lyle, also another guy that auto picked. I think he just
Did
dropped
he?
out at some point. I'm not sure if he was the guy that
It's not
thought
like
this was
him.
going to be soccer. I don't even know if fantasy football was a thing for soccer, or fantasy soccer was a thing. But obviously, it's bigger than football. I always joke about that. But I mean, as NFL fans, I don't even think about soccer. I've never even watched a soccer game ever in my life. So uh, there you go. So another
Are
guy
you
we could
sure he
skip,
did? Hey,
basically.
because he got a solid team. He
Yeah,
has
he
a
got a solid
solid
team, but
team.
it's
I
auto
know why
picking.
you
I'm
don't
not sure
like it.
where his auto pick started, or where it happened, but I know it's in our show notes for that. He did auto pick.
Okay.
I mean, and obviously when we were
Okay.
drafting, I was in the draft. I seen it. It said auto pick. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, because Jay Lyle's been with us a few times. Um, it just goes to show you, like, auto draft picks aren't horrible. They're not great, obviously. Hey, but not horrible either. So, aside from you have no other quarterback to run with if Watson doesn't play, or let's just say on the bright side, and I hate beating into this, Frank. I know you hate talking about him, but let's say he just sits those 6 games. Um, that's a long 6 games with no backup quarterback. So we'll move on from
yeah.
him.
I mean,
Frank,
that alone would give you a D or F on my book, because you don't have a second starting quarterback. You know what I mean? Even if it auto drafted the rest of it or whatever, the auto draft did not help him in that situation. Should have took another quarterback, so at least you had a starter for the season. Period. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to
yes.
start the season with just one?
You would think even the auto draft would save him on that one.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean at that point, right? So the
All
guy
right,
with
let's
the
let's move on. Hey, the
yeah,
coolest name. Hey,
yes, that's what I'm talking about. Give it to me, give it to me.
hey, Howie, go ahead. Frank, introduce your man.
HowieFeltersnach. That cracks me up, dude, every time I hear it.
Hey, Frank had a text your name out like, bro, did you see his name? Hey, Howie, we know you've been here before. Remember,
Yeah,
hey,
A
we're
plus for
saying
the name.
it's a shocker.
He even got the Shocker logo. I just noticed that. That's hilarious. Dude,
Yes.
you're cracking me up, dude.
But bro, look at his team. Look how freaking ridiculous. Your first 5 picks, man. Hey, bro, get out of here with Dak. You got Chubb mixing. For the people that can't see, I know for the ones that can, sorry. And then you're getting Devontae fourth. Like, let's say Aaron Rodgers does come back, stuff like that. Like, man, Kyle Pitts, like, dude, you did it. You did it right there. Your first 5 picks, I love. You
Yeah.
got some young talent. That's a solid squad, Frank. What'd you give him? What are you thinking?
I wasn't as nice as you. Because instead of Higgins, I think he should have taken Matt Ryan there. And his team would have looked a lot better because I think he has a weak QB. And he
In
could have just,
Carr?
yeah, and both of Darnold and Carr. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
both of these guys
Yeah.
for QB2s are, you know what I mean? He starts off with Dak, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like I think that's where
Yeah.
he could have just taken Matt Ryan that was available. I was looking at where he was taken and where he could have taken him instead of Higgins. He could have got Matt Ryan, and I think his team would have looked a lot better. And then he could have took Darnold or Carr at that point. It wouldn't have mattered because with Matt Ryan and Dak Prescott, you would feel way more comfortable. Look at the team would have been really solid. I just ended up giving him a hard B on this one because I just maybe even a B minus because it just that's where I could see that it just went downhill a little bit for him. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of
Yeah.
youngsters in the team. Drew Lock at the end, he took that guy, so I mean I guess that helps. I don't know.
Hey, I think
He's
a
not
lot of us
starting.
agree. If it's in your grasp to win it this year, definitely win it this year. And then in your later rounds, if you can pick up some of these rookie developmental guys, that's the spot to do it. Again, if you feel so highly about certain people, we know there's certain receivers, running backs. Kyle Pitts, that's a solid pick. Like, they have a huge future for him. You want to grab them a little early. That's totally understandable. But if you can grab somebody that's going to put you in contentions to win it this year, especially when we're talking about a startup dynasty team, run with that. Like, don't
Yeah,
don't
for
shy from
sure,
it. You know what I mean? And
for
we're gonna
sure.
look at the cream of the crop,
Right.
right? I mean,
So I'll just give you. And I'm not going to grade myself because I mean I know what I think
no,
I
you
did.
got to.
But
You have to.
I will give you what my draft strategy was obviously fill in the running back and quarterback positions early. I thought that at that point
And young.
Taylor was better than the quarterbacks that were available. Came back with Hurts and Tannehill, and then another running back in Sanders. And then I just ended up taking wide receivers Mike Evans and Allen Robinson, who I really like, and Evans there. And I just started thinking youth at this point with Carter Bateman,
Yeah.
Coney, Mooney down here, Perryman. I just started taking youth. I even pulled up a Tim
Yeah.
Tebow at the end, dude. You know why I took Tebow? Because right now
Yeah.
he's put in as a quarterback slash tight end, so you could play him in the quarterback or tight end position according to Sleeper here. But I'm not sure how many other um, they're gonna have him that way if he even makes the team or even if he plays. I was just a joke for at the end there just to grab a guy that's a flex at that point. But
And you
I
gotta
was just
love
trying
it.
to
If you
get
gotta
young.
drop somebody, you have that guy there. You know who
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
exactly.
And if it pans
Yeah,
out, then
exactly.
hey,
It's not gonna hurt me. Exactly,
we're not
exactly.
gonna
That's what I
bury
was
you over
thinking.
your last pick. But you
Yeah,
definitely will
exactly.
never play a tight end in uh in a quarterback position, you know what I mean? But yeah, you play a quarterback in a tight end position. I've been there. I've done
I
it.
mean, it
So
happens over
um
there with I mean, with
yeah,
the
and
Saints and
hey,
stuff.
he
Like,
could get reps if he does
Taysom Hill's
everything,
I think I mean, that dude's a baller right there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
he could
pure
he's like the
utility.
wide receiver, tight end, quarterback type dude. I think. You know what I mean? Just give that
Oh
guy the ball.
man.
He's trying to score a touchdown, right?
Yeah, when he had that tight end eligibility, forget about it.
Right.
Hey,
But one of our favorite guys. We'll move on to Knee in the
thank
Green
you.
Bay
Thank you for saying
guys.
it.
Yeah, that's Knee. Started Justin
Eh,
Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he went young. I mean, those are two of the youngest quarterbacks in the league right now. So that, I mean, one, he's shoring up his quarterback position, and two, uh, he's going for the youth. You know what I mean? Uh, Getting Dobbins, what I really, just because of his quarterback, I just think it hurts his running back ability to be. But I do like Ridley and Godwin and Hunt. Hunt is RB2. Davis RB2. He could be an RB1. Takes another running back later on. Stevens in a rookie as well over here. So he's trying to get that youth and build it for the future. So since this is, a dynasty startup, I think he did very well in that aspect. I think he has a team enough to contend this year, but I think he also set himself up for the future. I give him a good,
Oh,
strong B
bro.
plus on this team.
Hey, for the future though, coming with Herbert and Lawrence, like that
That's
seems
solid,
so
right?
solid. Solid. Hey, again, just like you, I would have made a few small differences. You know what I mean? Um, Godwin, Ridley. I know I'm the minority in this that I'm not huge fans of those guys. So there's different names that I would put in that position, but like overall, like he did his thing. His team set up for the future. Like, bro, look how young. Hey, look how young his team is. Like, he's
Yeah.
got
I
time.
mean, the
He's
youth
gonna
is
need to
there,
pick
so
up some
I
running
like it.
backs in the future. Um, I, I feel like just like you said, like he can contend this year, and then he's set up for the future. Like that's not a team I'm gonna want to see in 2-3 years down the road. So hey, you did your thing. I'll give
Yeah,
you that.
exactly. He could
Hey,
straighten
better
this
than
ship
the
out
next
real
guy.
quick. I mean,
This
yeah,
next guy just
right.
wet the bed. Hey, I'm not saying anything more than F minus. I mean, how are you hosting a show pulling a team like this? Like your number one receiver is Zach Wilson. Like, hey, maybe 5 years down the road, him, Daniel Jones. Like, we don't know if Winston's still going to be playing. We know you love him. I love him too. He got 5,000 yards. We get it, but like, come on, dude. We expect best
Yeah,
draft out of him.
that's yeah. I thought he started strong. Obviously, Kamara, Akers, Diggs, and Lamb, solid. But then he just drops the ball on the quarterbacks. Obviously, he went for the youth in Wilson, but and Danny's over here getting some young quarterbacks. But I mean, Wilson is the first one. I mean, it's just rough. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're starting with. So
This guy's
we'll
grading
see how it
himself
pans
a
out for
F
him.
if we ask him.
Well, I
You know?
definitely had a C range because of the quarterbacks, just because of the quarterbacks alone. Um, but Anthony always, drafts to trade. He didn't take that much youth. If you look at his team, except for Waddle and Zach Wilson, there's, well, I guess Danny Jones too. I guess those are the three guys that are the youngest players on his team. But instead of Robbie Anderson or Cam Newton or even OJ Howard or Russell Gage, any one of those guys are dispensable for a rookie. Instead, I thought, you know what I mean, in my opinion,
Yeah. So I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You know?
right?
Hey,
I'd still give him a B though. I don't want to be too harsh on him.
you were just down in a C range and he's staying there.
Yeah, well,
Man,
he's my
that's why
homie.
we didn't let
He's
you on the show.
my...
We know why you didn't want to be on the show today. Um, it makes sense, you know. So now,
yeah,
hey, we'll move on, Frank. Hey,
exactly.
the Lord of Fanta, bro.
What a
Mr.
Fanta.
Loves Orange Soda, the Lord of Fantasy.
What a
I
Fanta.
love what this guy did. Hey, I'm calling this the best draft.
Is it? This
From
is the one.
from face value, this is the best draft in my opinion.
And you know what? I'm gonna have to agree. He literally
No.
has by A on it. I literally have
Okay.
this in my notes: 2 + 2 + 2 + 1. And you know what that means?
Yep.
That's his starting
We do.
lineup. How it pans out. He gets two QBs, two running backs, two wide receivers, plus a tight end. That's like drafting 101, textbook 101. And the players that he got are
Bro, then the
awesome in the
next
positions that
pick,
he got them
you're
in.
pulling out Thielen. Then you're pulling out some youngsters. You got Love right there, who's gonna get the
Yeah,
starting job soon. Hey, come
Gainwell,
on, bro. Gainwell. Hey, come on.
Collins over here, Powell down low. I this is the team. This is the one. He's built to win now and built to win in the future. Literally.
And he got your boy Taysom that you were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I
Taysom,
mean?
the
Way down low.
tool.
Way down late. You know what I mean? Like that didn't hurt to get him in the 11th round, 12th round, whatever that round is here.
You
It's
gotta love it.
yeah. You know, actually, that's a 15th round. Now that I'm looking at it better. So I mean, that's not a hurt year. You know, that's a phenomenal team.
Hey, you killed it.
Hey,
Sorry for
for
everybody
sure.
else. Hey, take notes. Hey, and
Yeah,
usually my boy right here, and you know I love saying his name. He's always up there with me when I'm talking about my best draft grades. I don't know why. Maybe we just see eye to eye when it comes to it. But riding around in a rover, he's back. He's holding down the hot corner. He's there. He took Saquon, 12 pick. Came back with Najee. I still love
get that youth
Najee
in
for
there.
being the hometown kid. I
Yeah,
hate that he's with the Steelers. Then he's got some young talent. He just right in. Your team's gonna be good. Like you have a future. Uh, it's just for this year. It's gonna be very hard to grade you and think that you're gonna be a contender with Trey Lance, who doesn't even have the starting job yet.
yeah,
Justin should have the job at some point. We don't think it's going to be to start the year. We think they're going to get
yeah.
Dalton or at least go back and forth. So with that, I mean, I would expect these other two to grade you
A little rough on that part.
below C's. Like you have a future, you do, but you have to realize that you got to play this year too.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to throw in the towel this year, like you're saying,
You did it.
you did it. You did fine with that, and you got the youth for next year, and that's fine. But you know, what I mean, you got. I think you got to try to win every year. You know, what I mean, that's the whole point of playing. You're not just trying to sandbag some years. But I mean, if you look at it by the standpoint of like, I'm going to set up my team for the future, and to the hell with this year, then you're solid. You know what I mean? But no,
You
but
did
seriously,
that.
yeah, exactly. But you need some quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Obviously, you got youth in the quarterbacks and things like that, but you got pieces maybe you could trade away. You got good wide receiver depth right there. I like where he took Andrews. You know, but I gave him a C because of that. You know, you can't just forget the quarterback position. I get it that you're setting up for a dynasty for the future, but you still got to win today. You know, and you got to still be competitive because the rest of the team's going to run over you with those quarterbacks, right?
Yeah. And I love the Kellen Mond pick. Again, just like we're saying, like your team's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future. You're just not going to get it this year, and that's, I mean, even if everything falls in your favor, like that's going to be very tough to win with this team. But you can sit on young talent and make a few changes that you need to. So hey, that's why we're here, guys. Not everybody's in a dynasty. It's one of those things that's it's a learning curve. Sometimes you want the younger players, sometimes you want to win right now. That's why we're here, guys. We're gonna keep breaking it down. I feel like we went through this one so quick. Frank, you got the
Yeah,
floor, man. Is
we're
there any?
prepared. That's what happens when people. That's what happens when you're prepared and you're ready to go, right?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Hey, but honestly, that was a fun draft, and
Yeah,
we love grading these dynasty drafts. We'll keep them coming. We're still
yeah. That
so
was,
early, guys.
I had a lot of fun joining in and practicing myself. I had missed. I didn't get an opportunity. I'm busy on Fridays. I happen to be available this Friday, and I was like, oh, cool. We're doing a dynasty one. We have a dynasty draft coming up, and I'm like, I need to get a couple of these in real quick. And I like to do it with real
Yeah.
people instead of just auto pick ones. I don't like to go into a mock draft with auto picks, because that's not real. People do not follow the list, or they like certain players more than other players, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And I think that adds a lot to the draft. You know?
Hey, let's make it interesting, guys. So we sit back and we grade your drafts. We want to hear what you guys have to say about our drafts. Do you guys
Oh
disagree?
yeah.
Hit us up on our YouTube. Hit us up on our Twitter. We love laughing at this
Comment
stuff. We're
comment
always
on this
sending
video below.
videos.
Grade us.
Yeah, hey, we're always telling each other about the comments like, oh, he said this about your draft. He said this about your team. Like, hey, send them over, man. We're thick skinned. It could change our rankings, could change the way we're drafting people. Maybe you know information we don't. We'll get a lot more into the stats of everything. We try not to beat you on last year's stats and the year before, stuff like that. We know things change. Um, but a lot more of that'll come. Like once it comes to preseason, we start looking at these guys like, man, things are going to change. But other than that, guys, you could feel free, roll your sleeves down. Frank, million
Oh
percent.
man.
We're always happy when we have you. We're happy that you got into the draft in this one. And you did better than Anthony. Hey, and it's just good hanging out with just you. You know, we should do this more often, Frank.
Right, right. That's what I'm talking about. Where's my beer at?
Hey, straight up. Hey, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you guys have questions, you know how to get a hold of us. You want to get in the next couple of drafts, find us on Sleeper, Twitter, go to the website. Great content always getting on there. Other than that, I feel like we already got right.
Hey, yeah, for sure. Hey,
Hey,
and support us. We got new T-shirts out, so we'll put the link down in the description or go to the website. We're just trying to, get better
yes.
equipment, get, and just basically make a better show for you guys. We got a long season ahead of us. I can't wait till preseason starts. But yeah, please do like, subscribe, and get a T-shirt.
Hey, get a shirt. All right, boys. Till next episode.
Peace out.